The Xerilac ascendancy prided itself on technological superiority. For centuries, they had subjugated or uplifted lesser species, always certain that their understanding of biology and engineering was unmatched. So when the derelict human vessel drifted into the outer rim of their territory, they approached it with casual arrogance. It wasn't large, barely the size of a standard frigate, and its hull was scarred with battle damage. The life support systems were still functional, barely, and faint human biosigns blinked erratically on the scan. Commander T. Rexel, a tall, insectoid strategist with 1,000 successful operations under his belt, ordered the science team aboard. Investigate. Retrieve data. Determine if this species is worth assimilating or exterminating. What they found changed everything. The boarding pod hissed open as the Xerilac crew stepped into the cold, dimly lit corridors of the human ship. The walls were scratched, burn-marked, and smelled faintly of ozone and iron. Scans showed that atmosphere was present, but the composition was troubling. "Commander," chirped Analyst V. Reen, eyes wide and mandibles trembling. "These oxygen levels are toxic to most species, yet humans thrive in it. There's nitrogen, carbon dioxide, even trace methane. It's a chemical soup." "Continue, T," Rexel growled, waving a claw. "We've survived worse." They advanced to the main life support chamber. The room was humming, the readouts still active, though flickering from damage. Ven plugged into the console. "Processing biosystem data. Wait, this can't be correct. Their life support is keeping them alive in conditions worse than some prison planets." Drexel peered over. "Explain." "The ship's CO scrubbers are partially disabled, and they're just breathing through it. There's elevated radiation in here, sublethal to most, but the human is adapting. Their core temperature is spiking, but stabilizing. Their cells are regenerating faster under stress." Drexel's eyes narrowed. "Are you telling me they thrive under environmental pressure?" "No, sir. I'm telling you, they evolve in real time." Before he could react, the hallway behind them echoed with a metallic clang. A human silhouette stepped out of the shadows. It was wearing damaged armor, one arm bandaged crudely, the other holding a dented plasma rifle. "Hey," the human said, voice dry and ragged. "You guys, the rescue party, or the invasion?" Drexel raised his communicator. "Team 2, secure the subject." Too late. The human's gun barked once. One Xerilac soldier dropped with a sizzling hole through his thorax. The rest scattered, claws raised, hissing and chittering. The human advanced calmly, coughing once, then wiping blood from their chin. "Let me guess," they rasped. "You scanned our life support and thought we were dying." "Nah, we were surviving. Difference is, we're built for hell." Back on the orbiting Xerilac ship, panic erupted. "Sir?" They triggered the emergency evacuation protocol. Drexel roared through the comms. "Who gave that order?" "No one, sir." The ship AI scanned the human systems. It detected biohazards exceeding threshold levels: radiation, volatile gases, heat spikes. It assumed we were inside a death trap. Drexel stood frozen. The Xerilac AI, calibrated to protect its crew, had seen the life support systems of the human ship as a planetary-level biohazard. It immediately sounded evacuation alarms to preserve their own crew. "Impossible," he muttered. And then came the final blow. The AI triggered a containment breach lockdown on its own ship. The human environmental profile had auto-tagged their biology as xeno-extreme. The ship now believed that the Xerilac crew was at risk from prolonged exposure to human contaminants. Meanwhile, on the drifting vessel, the human call sign RIP guided the disarmed Xerilac team to the airlock. "You guys came in thinking we needed saving. Truth is," RIP smiled faintly, "we were wondering when you'd show up. We've been broadcasting distress signals. Wanted to see who'd take the bait." Drexel glared at them. You planned this? Rip coughed. I didn't plan on getting shot down, no. But once you were in range, well, figured you'd scan our primitive systems, freak out, and do exactly what you did. Why? To send a message, Rip said, eyes sharp. Every species out here thinks Earth's just another barely tolerable rock. You see our air, our storms, our gravity, and think we're weak for enduring it. They stepped closer. But Earth forged us in fire. We don't survive in hell. We make it home. The Xerilac command ship limped back to ascendancy space, its pride shattered. Every scientist aboard was now obsessed with humanity, their biology, their resilience, their terrifying adaptability. No other species could survive their own malfunctioning life support system and use it as a weapon. No other species could bait a superior empire and win without ever firing a shot on the command ship. Months later, deep in the Ascendancy Council chambers, a grim vote was cast. The Xerilac Ascendancy would not pursue war with Earth. Not because humans were stronger, not because they had superior firepower, but because humanity was the first species whose life support systems were deemed a biological threat. And any species that breathes poison, bathes in fire, and evolves under stress was not to be provoked.